What's up, everybody? This is Anthony Rosa. Super excited. We're on another show with the Roundtable Remedies, and I have my friend here from the Rutherford Rotary, Bonnie Surower, and we're going to be talking about drum circles, Bonnie. So I'll pass you the call.
Okay, so hello again. It was really great to meet you all. I am so glad you're such a vibrant club. Really, as John's trainer, John Cosgrove's trainer, I have seen a lot of clubs there, and not as great as yours. So your club is great. So one of the things that is very little known about Rotary is Rotary fellowships. You'll probably say, what's that? I've never heard of them. Rotary fellowships are groups of people from all over the world who share your hobbies or professions. So there's probably a whole bunch of people who do what you do. I am in several. I am in the Rotary Fellowship of Quilters and Fiber Artists, and we crochet and quilt. I am in Rotarians on the Internet. I have been on Rotarians on the Internet since 1990. I was one of the first people on the Internet. And so I started meeting people from all over the world when my modem went, beep, 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 and it was one of those things in the background. I am also a member of the International Fellowship of Rotarian Musicians. And I sang, well, pre-COVID I sang. COVID kind of messed up my voice, but I have been at 9 international conventions, and you haven't seen Rotary till you've been to an international convention. And at all of those but one, we had a choir of about 150 to 200 people from all over the world. We had 1,500 members. So COVID came along, and we weren't going to be able to go to Hawaii. So somebody came up with a brilliant idea that we would do Zoom singing. And so we formed the virtual Rotary World Choir. And we had, at our peak, we had 22 members from 12 countries. And we'd meet Sundays or Saturdays. We started Sundays, moved to Saturday. Tomorrow we have a meeting. We've done about 40 or 50 songs. The way that we do it is we practice together, we mute ourselves, and we send to our conductor our own voice singing. And the conductor uses software to put it all together. And you can find it on YouTube, on the hashtag IFRM. You can find our songs. So one of the people that I met, we're going to get to her a little bit, I will tell you about, started drum circles, or started a whole group of things, and I will get to her story. So I was looking for a new project. I've done a lot of projects in Rotary, as you can imagine. I was governor during Hurricane Sandy, and we had a lot to do. Like, here was underwater. This is one of the clubs that I couldn't get to. This was underwater, but we had a huge outpouring. So this was one of the things that I said, let's try it. So we started drum circles to bring joy to senior citizens.
I sent this PowerPoint to everybody in the WhatsApp, so if you want to follow along what she has, it's in everybody's.
And on the WhatsApp as well. So what are drum circles? Drum circles are really, really fun activities in which people of all ages join together to make beautiful music using percussion instruments of every kind. I mean, every kind. Led by a trained drum circle facilitator, they involve all participants in a way that is adjusted to the population that we're and the capabilities. So what happens in a drum circle? No, don't do it yet.
Oh, sorry.
This is it.
I was excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you one that we have.
You can experiment with it too. There you go.
Okay, let's see if I'm getting the sound out. Very loud. Anyway, we're going to do our own little drum circle right now. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Take a fork or a knife. Okay. You can ring the bells.
Oh, I ring the bell? Okay, I ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Okay.
These are called found instruments. Great found instrument, the top of a water cooler. Makes a wonderful drum. Don't throw it out. All right. I play, then you play. I play, then you play.
When do I go? Anytime?
Every time.
Don't break a plate, please.
Okay. Now,
You
this
guys have issues.
this has to work. Okay. you're going to do this half of the room. You're going to do. Okay, good.
Count it off. Why are you not doing it, Samuel?
I'm beatboxing.
Well, why are you laughing though?
It's funny. It's fun. What I asked you to do, everybody's gonna do. Now, at some point, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to point to one side or the other. I'm going to say 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. The other side I point to stops. The other side keeps playing. Okay? You want to expand on that and your little rhythm to the rhythm that I did. That's fun. So 1, 2, let's all play. Stop. Stop. Let's give them a hat. 1, 2, let's all play.
You feel that release of energy right now? Those vibrations?
Let's all play.
How does everybody
Anyway,
feel?
That's the idea. We have all kinds of ways to sculpt it. We have all kinds of instruments, and we use all kinds of things to be instruments. You'll see. You'll see a little later what we've got. So we now have. If you guys decide to do it, you'll be the 9th Rotary Club in the district to run drum circles. We are currently, by the end of February, we'll be running drum circles at 14 different sites. Some of them are nursing homes. Some of them are senior centers. I ran one in Secaucus yesterday for 47 people at the library. We get an average of 30. I have people who've been coming since last November. We're supposed to have one in Fairlawn on Tuesday. Most of it says, what's going to happen if it snows? Well, it's supposed to snow, but we don't have a snow day. So that is what happens during a drum circle. And we do, yesterday I started something that I call dessert. So I asked, what's your favorite dessert?
Cheesecake.
All right, let's do, so cheesecake, cheesecake, cheesecake. What's your favorite dessert? Apple pie, apple pie. So we went through this whole thing where we had it splendid, right? And it's just so much fun. And you end up being both exhilarated and calm at the same time. And it uses up about 340 calories in the 45
Doing
minutes.
exercise while you're
So it's
doing
really
it.
good exercise.
Wow.
So
Not
we
by eating the
have-
cheesecake though.
happy as one of them. So you do 2 drum circles and you need 2 pieces, a piece of cheesecake. Kathy is one of them. We have trained drum circle facilitators. Just like I'm a trained Tai Chi facilitator. I did fitness for several years before I became a drum circle facilitator. So you can use anything, pots, pans. It doesn't have to be instruments. Hear it? Sometimes we sing, sometimes we dance.
There you go, Antonio. So that you got the beatbox.
The jump circle we do. Bump, 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 bump.
Sounds like the Roman army coming into town.
So how did this start? So in that choir that I told you about, we have a woman named Carol Rosenstein. Carol's husband had very severe Parkinson's dementia and was no longer able to relate to her or anyone. He just sat, stupor, until she put him in front of a piano where he started to sing and play. And the more he sang and played, the more dopamine he created. And dopamine is what's missing in Parkinson's. You have to take L-Dopa. He started to come out of his shell and started relating to Carol through the music. She says, this is great. She did some research and she started a band that she called the Fifth Dementia. That was for people with Alzheimer's and people with Parkinson's and people who had had strokes. And she built this up, started 10 years ago. She built this up, so she had something like 20, and then the pandemic hit, right? So she went to a Zoom platform, which still exists, under a trained music therapist, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2:30. You can write to me at botsy@aol.com and I'll send you the link so that anybody, or if you know somebody with dementia, can be in this. Now, as the pandemic waned, and I think we'll ever be rid of COVID, but one of the guys in Culver City, California, everything starts in California, started a drum circle. And it got very popular very fast. We in Rotary District 7 I know John Cosgrove is very interested in mental health. We were working with the Alzheimer's Foundation and we were looking for a way that we could relate Music Men's Minds, which is the organization Carol started, to the Alzheimer's. We came up with a rhythmic exercise that we bring drums to the Alzheimer's walk, and not for a long session, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, play the drums. So between politicians, we did that. We had to bring in a trained drum circle facilitator all the way from the Poconos. We didn't find one that we used for the last year. It was like already in the Allendale Saddle River Rotary, but we didn't know that. And so we brought in a woman named Mary Knish, who came from the Poconos. You'd never heard of the Knish. One of our members, our past president, actually, his family owns Kosher Nosh, or his wife's family. So he was supposed to bring our Knish, but we did that then. So we have now drum circles running in Wayne, in Fairlawn, in Paramus. We're starting next week, the 23rd, in 2 weeks. In Secaucus, in Fort Lee, in Park Ridge. We're starting one in Patterson. We're starting one in Tenafly. Kathy is starting one in Garfield.
You invited me in December, it just didn't work out, but
Right,
yes.
right.
Yeah, I knew she went through the training.
Yes, and we're hoping that Rutherford will be another sponsor for this and start doing it. So we've had them with little children. We've had them with grandparents bringing their little children. We've had them outdoors. We've had them indoors. It's just so much fun. And we're going to be featured in a podcast that RI is going to be putting together on Music Men's Minds, and some of it will be on our New Jersey stuff. So these are, if you can see this later, the Fitz Dementia Revival Group, because they're up and running again. They have just had a holiday one, and the Culver City one. So why? Being part of a drum circle enhances your feelings of well-being. You just enjoyed that right now. Improves your ability to focus and to concentrate. And it offers social and emotional and cognitive benefits, creating a sense of connections, because everybody had to sync up and you have to listen to what's going on. And it strengthens connections and feelings. And it was really wonderful for our seniors to be part of that. So when should you do it? Your drum circle, if you're working with people with dementia, should not be done at night because people with dementia have sundowning. The best time for people with dementia, or if you're going to use that population, is between 11 a.m. and maybe 2 p.m. because that's their best time of day. Okay? They don't feel comfortable at night.
Does anybody have family or know anyone with dementia? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1 in 6.
Yeah.
1 in 6 people will have Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. That's pretty high. So where? Your best bet is to hold your drum circle in a place where senior citizens already are, like your senior center, your library, or a nursing home right in your community. Okay, so
Yeah.
it needs to be wheelchair accessible. Okay, you've got to have it wheelchair accessible so that people want to, and it needs to be able to accommodate at least 30 people. I told you yesterday it was 47, and really it was so crowded that the top layer had to take their shoes off because they were practically sitting in dozens laps. We actually had to put them in 2 concentric circles to fit everybody in. So who will lead it? Well, back in October, we had a facilitation course, a professional facilitation course on drum circle at William Patterson University in collaboration with the music department. We brought 2 instructors in from Village Music Circles Global, VMC. And so we had 17 of us who paid about $400 each to become facilitators. And so we now have, well, one went back to Cambodia. So he's doing a drum circle in Cambodia. That'll be interesting. One is Kathy. One is me. Okay, we have also 2 nursing homes who sent people. Bergen County Senior Department that sent 3 people. We had 1 yoga instructor, we had 2 students, we had the head of the music department, and it was 3 days, 9 to like 8 at night. Very, very intense, and a heck of a lot of fun. The other is you hire somebody. Now, drum circle facilitators generally get $150 an hour. When we started this, we got district designated fund money. We got $1,000 district designated money. And we also got ready for the Walter D. Head Foundation, but that isn't gonna happen again.
I'm sorry.
We have another guy,
You said the drum circle facilitator makes how much? 100?
150 an hour.
Who's saying that?
Well, that's what, we worked with our Fairlawn for All Ages, to work with the Taub Foundation to pay it, okay? But now that we have 7 of us who are Rotarians, we are in charge. We're asking people to please make a donation to the Rotary Foundation. Now, your club's gonna make a donation to the Rotary Foundation anyway. We're going to do it at Daughters of Miriam. We're asking them to make a donation to the Rotary Foundation. We're doing it at Newbridge Medical Center. We're asking them to make a donation. Dolly Core from Paramus Sunrise and I are facilitating that. Kathy may be coming too. Okay, since you know her. Where do we get the instruments? Well, I talked about IFRM. I got a $2,000 grant from their foundation, which paid for the instruments. We have all kinds of instruments. The favorite instrument is hippopotamus and pig toys for dogs. That is everybody's favorite instrument. They go, they're so much fun. Everybody loves that. We have bells, we have bongo drums, we have big drums, we have little drums. They're all kept in John Cosgrove's office. We have a library card on Google that you can sign out stuff, but you got to bring it back. Unfortunately, yesterday, one of the guys carrying the stuff cracked one of the boxes, so I had to replace that today. But we have the instruments that you can borrow as long as you're in sync with the others. So Kathy has access to this Google Doc.
I just texted her before to let her know you were here.
Oh, okay.
I'll be talking to her about it.
Right. And we got very, very close. So we have more than 100 percussion instruments. And we had a big drum circle December 10th, the one you didn't come to.
Right.
And we asked people to bring macaroni and cheese in a box because it makes a great instrument. And we asked people to bring tin cans and a spoon with vegetables and fruit because it makes a great instrument. We took all that food, we gave it to the military assistance food pantry. So it had a double meaning, right? So, and it was a lot of fun. Now, unfortunately, it was one of those rainy days, like every Sunday, we seem to have really, really bad weather. So how much? As I said, we have 7 Rotarians. Now, Cindy Crush is one of them. She does charge. He was our original. And another guy named Guy Darien charges 175 or 200. I haven't used Guy very much, only once. But we do request that you make a donation. How do we publicize it? Well, I have constant contact. Very soon. Are you going to be president next year? Or is Anthony going to be president next year? Anthony will start getting stuff to go to PETS, President-elect Training Seminar, which I happen to be in charge of this year also. I use constant contact to send to that. I will create, or Lisa will create, or you will create a flyer, and it'll look like it comes from you. And it goes out to anyone that you want to invite to this. Now, I find with the seniors that we're working with, I have to get on the phone because a lot of them don't have email, don't know how to use email. They're not email friendly. It doesn't matter. I will call them, or Lisa will call them. So what are our plans? So we had a plan last year that we were going to start 7 drum circles. We did. We were going to have a facilitator course. We did. And that we were going to have a big drum circle. We did. What's next? We're working with Bergen Newbridge and we're looking for people now, and Kathy's part of this as well. We're going to start offering them to veterans, and we're going to target especially people with PTSD. So that we have to have a therapist with us because suppose, there is a possibility that when people hear drums,
It's scary.
it might be scary for them. So we're working with that. I'm not doing that till after pets. Right now, my pets project is pets because it has to be. I'm still doing the drum circles and things. And if we get enough people who want to take the course, I need a minimum of 20. We'll run another drunk circle facilitator course. I've had already 3 or 4 people speak to me. And we're thinking of, but I don't see this starting right now, of having our Interact students who play piano, to make individual lessons at the senior center and teach people on an individual basis, because when you learn to play an instrument, it reduces your chance of Alzheimer's by 18%. And if you already have it, it slows it down. So that's where we are. Go ahead, create your own. You see, you don't have to spend a penny really, except make a donation to the Rotary Foundation, because we'll come. And as I said, yesterday I used 345 calories just in the drum circle, and I jump around a lot, but that's what a drum circle is. And that's how it started.
Go, Boogie, start us off. No, I'm just playing. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie, for coming, Let's give it up for Bonnie. And if anybody wants to start a drum circle, please feel free, and we have a board meeting coming up, so we could definitely talk about that. But that'll
take the whole club. You have to have volunteers from the club to help people with name tags, to help them sign in, to give out the instruments. So it's not something that you can just say one person can do it. It's a club.
If we
Absolutely.
try to work with
You heard it
the
here,
Kick
folks.
Center in Rutherford,